We have already learned what are the domain and range of the inverse function. Now we will start with the properties of the function. Topics to be covered today are introduction to properties of inverse trigonometry. First property says sin inverse sin theta is equal to theta, where theta belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Explanation of that property. Also graphical explanation of the first property when theta does not belong to closed interval minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Example based on the above property. So what is the first property says? So let f a to b is a bijection. So what is the meaning of bijection? Means it is 1 1 and on 2. So if it is 1 1 and on 2, then we have f inverse b to a in such a way that f inverse of fx will be equal to x. Okay. So same thing we are going to apply in the inverse trigonometric function also. So when I am talking about inverse trigonometric function, sin inverse of sin x will be equal to x only in the case when your x lies in the principal range of sin inverse, right? So it means my x should belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Cos inverse of cos x will be equal to x for all x belongs closed interval 0 comma pi, right? Now tan inverse of tan x will be equal to x for all x belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. My cosecant inverse cosec x will be equal to x for all x belongs to minus pi by 2, pi by 2, minus 0, right? So secant inverse secant x will be equal to x for all x belongs to close interval 0 comma pi minus pi by 2, and my cot inverse cot x will be equal to x for all x belongs to open interval 0 comma pi. So this is the case when they belong to the principal range. If the case is your x belongs to some other range, that we will check now. Now let us check the graph for y is equal to sin inverse of sin x. Okay. So what is the period for sin x? It is 2 pi. Period means the value of sin x repeat itself after a certain interval. First of all, check the domain of this function. Okay. So x can take any real value. So domain is R for sin x. Now if I am talking about the range of the function, it will be closed interval minus pi by 2. Now period is 2 pi for sin x. Okay. Now we have to solve this equation. Once we solve this equation, then we can give the values to x and y and we can draw our graph. Okay, so sin y is equal to sin x. Now see, this is my trigonometric equation. I will write the general solution to it. So what is the general solution? Y is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n x. Now when we are talking about the general solution, we can give values to n, and where my n belongs to z. So give n is equal to 0. What you are getting? When you substitute 0 here, 0 into pi plus minus 1 to the power 0 x, I am getting y is equal to x. Okay. If I substitute n is equal to 1, what I am getting? Y is equal to pi minus x. Now check. If my y is equal to x, so whatever is my range for y, that will be the values for x also. It means the values of x belong to minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. But in this case, I know my value of y is minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. But I don't know the value of x. So I can calculate the value of x. So x will be equal to pi minus pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. Okay. So now let us take the graph part of it. Okay. So y is equal to x. And the value of y is fixed. It is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Y equals to x. So it will be something this line, y is equal to x. Okay, and I have said whatever is the value for y will be the value for x. It means, say for example, if I am talking about this value, this will be what value? 0 comma pi by 2, right? So it means this part will be also pi by 2 because x and y are equal. Now if I am talking about this part, if this is minus pi by 2, this will be also minus pi by 2 comma 0. Y equals to minus pi by 2. This is my line, y is equal to pi by 2. Now let us check for y is equal to pi minus x. Okay. So when I am drawing the line y is equal to pi minus x, I need the coordinates. Okay. Y, x. If you substitute the value of y as 0, x will be pi, substitute y as pi by 2. Substitute y as pi by 2, you are getting pi by 2. Y is minus pi by 2. Substitute minus pi by 2, you are getting x as. So what are my points? One is pi comma 0. So pi comma 0 will be somewhere here. Next point is pi by 2, pi by 2. This is my point, pi by 2 comma pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 minus pi by 2. Somewhere here this point. So I have got this point, this point, this point, join it. Right? So I have got my graph between minus pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. What is the length of this interval? 2 pi. And sine is my periodic function. I can repeat this mountain part every time. So draw it. Again it will go. It will come like this. Again it will go. It will come like this. Right? So this is the equation, y is equal to x. Now if my angle lie between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2, so already I have y is equal to pi minus x. So what these equations imply? It means if my angle lies between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2, my sine inverse of sine x will be equal to x. Whenever my angle lie between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2, sine inverse of sine x will be equal to pi minus x. So whenever my angle lie between, say for example, if I am talking about 3 pi by 2 and 5 pi by 2. So this line should give me the solution. What will be this point? 2 pi comma 0. Okay, when we are talking about y is equal to x, it means it is making an angle of 45 degree. Correct? This is the slope. Here 135 degree. Here again 45 degree. So we'll find the equation of this line using the passing point and 45 degree. So y minus 0 is equal to 1 x minus 2 pi. So y is equal to x minus 2 pi. Right? So it means whenever my angle lies between 3 pi by 2 and 5 pi by 2, sine inverse of sine x will become equal to x minus 2 pi. Okay. Similarly, this side, if I am talking about that my angle lies between minus 3 pi by 2 comma 0 and minus pi by 2. So I have to find the equation of this line. It passes through minus pi comma 0. And what is the slope? 135 degree. So now y minus 0 is equal to minus 1 x plus pi. So y is equal to minus x minus pi. So this is y is equal to minus x minus pi. So what does that imply? It means y is equal to sine inverse sine x will be equal to minus x minus pi. Whenever my angle lies between minus 3 pi by 2 and minus pi by 2. Say for example, I have sine inverse sine 4 pi by 3. Okay. So 4 pi by 3 lies between your pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. Okay. So whenever it lies 4 pi by 3 lies between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. It means my answer should be pi minus x, which is equal to pi minus 4 pi by 3, which is equal to minus pi by 3. This is one way of doing. Other way, what you can do? Sine inverse sine pi plus pi by 3. Okay. So sine 180 plus theta minus sine theta. Right? So hence minus pi by 3. Either you can use graph or you can reduce your angle to an extent it starts lying between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Now let us check the graph for y equals to cos inverse cos x. Right? So here also x can take any value, but the range of the function is closed interval 0 comma pi. But this x can take any value. So now we have to find the graph of this function. We will solve this equation. So I can write cos y is equal to cos x. Y is equal to 2n pi plus minus x. So now if I give values to n and n belongs to z. Now if I give values to x, so n is equal to 0, what I am getting? Y is equal to plus minus x. Now we'll try to draw the graph for this function. So it lies between 0 and pi. So this is y is equal to 0 and this is y is equal to pi, right? So y is equal to plus x. Always in coordinate geometry, this is the line. But since my range is 0 to pi, it will not go below x-axis. So it means if I am talking about y is equal to x, it will be a line passing through origin. This is y is equal to x line. But since my range is 0 comma pi, so this down part will not be there only. Okay, so this point is 0 comma 0. And what will be this value? This will be pi. This will be what? Pi comma 0, right? Now if I am talking about y equals to minus x, okay, so it will be lying in the opposite direction, right? And what will be this value? Minus pi comma 0. Now what is the length of the interval here? 2 pi. And my cos is a periodic function of 2 pi. It means this graph will repeat itself after the same interval. So it means again I can draw like this. Okay. Again I can draw like this. Now what will be this value? 2 pi comma 0. Right. This is 0 to pi. Same length. 2 pi comma 0. This is 0 to minus pi. This will become minus 2 pi comma 0. This is my y equals to x. This is y equals to minus x. What will be the length of this line? There are two ways of finding the length. See, first of all, this is 45 degree, and whenever we are drawing the line in this direction, the angle will be 135 degree, and it is passing through this point. So whenever it is passing through 2 pi comma 0, how you can write? Y minus 0 equals to minus 1 x minus 2 pi. So it will become y is equal to minus x plus 2 pi. It means y is equal to 2 pi minus x. So the equation of this line, it will become 2 pi minus x. If I want to find the equation of this line, right, so what angle it is making? 45 degree, passing through the same point, right? So what will be the equation? Y minus 0 is equal to 1 x minus 2 pi. It means y is equal to x minus 2 pi. So this equation will become y is equal to x minus 2 pi. So what I can say, when my angle lies between pi and 2 pi, the value of cos inverse cos x will be 2 pi minus x. Okay. When my angle lies between 2 pi and 3 pi, the value of cos inverse cos x will be x minus 2 pi. Is that clear? Similarly, what will be the equation for this part? So it is passing through minus 2 pi comma 0. Find out the equation. So what angle it is making? 45 degree. Y minus 0 equals to 1 x minus or minus 2 pi. So y is equal to x plus 2 pi. So it will be y is equal to x plus 2 pi. Whenever my angle lies between minus 2 pi and minus pi, cos inverse of cos x will be equal to x plus 2 pi, and so on. Is that clear? So for example, if I have a question, cos inverse cos 8 pi by 3, okay? So how you can split? Cos 3 pi minus pi by 3, 2 pi, till here will be 3 pi, but they said 3 pi minus something. So it means second quadrant, minus will come. So cos inverse minus cos pi by 3. So what you can write? Pi minus cos inverse cos pi by 3, which is equal to pi minus pi by 3, means 2 pi by 3. So this is the value for this function. Now we'll move to the next graph. Now let us check the graph for tan inverse. So what is the domain for this function? If I am talking about domain, I can give any value to it except pi by 2 and the odd multiples pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, it becomes not defined. Okay, so it means it is r minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2. This is the domain for this, right? Now when I am talking about tan inverse range, What will be my range? Range is open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. The period for 10x is pi. For example, if I write f x is 10x and f pi plus x 10x, right? So period for 10x is pi. We will take the general solution. So 10y equals to 10x. 10y is equal to 10x. Y is equal to n pi plus x. And n belongs to z here. First of all, n is equal to 0. So y is equal to x. In the previous two graphs, we have seen how to draw y is equal to x. Now same thing we are going to draw here also. So my range for y is open interval minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Okay. And y is equal to x. This. Okay. Now they have said minus pi by 2 open interval. It means pi by 2 and minus pi by 2 are not included. In that case, what we do? Okay. Here also. So this is my y is equal to pi by 2. And this is my y equals to minus pi by 2. This is my 0, 0 point. And this is my line y is equal to x. Now since y is equal to x, it means if this is y is equal to pi by 2, this will be pi by 2 comma 0, right? And this will be minus pi by 2 comma 0. What is the length of the interval? Pi. It means the same graph will keep on repeating itself, okay, at the interval of pi. Okay, so how we are going to draw? Draw here. Draw this line. What will be this point? 3 pi by 2 comma 0. Now draw here. Again draw here, right? What will be this point? Pi comma 0. This is 2 pi comma 0. Okay. Similarly, I can repeat here also. This will be which point? Minus 3 pi by 2 comma 0. Okay. And so on. Now, if this is the line y is equal to x, I want to find the equation of this line. So, what it will be? 45-degree angle, right? This is the passing point. Y minus 0 is equal to 1 x minus pi, right? So, y is equal to x minus pi. So, it means x minus pi. What this will be? X minus 2 pi, right? So, whenever my angle lie between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2, tan inverse of tan x will be equal to x minus pi. Whenever my angle lies between 3 pi by 2 and 5 pi by 2, the tan inverse tan x value will be x minus 2 pi. Is that clear? Similarly, whenever my angle lies between minus 3 pi by 2 and minus pi by 2, what should be my angle? So, look at again 45-degree. Right? And what is this point? This is minus pi comma 0. So, what will be the required equation? Y minus 0 is equal to 1 x plus pi. So, y is equal to x plus pi. So, it will be y equals to x plus pi. So, whenever the angle lies between minus 3 pi by 2 and minus pi by 2, my value of y will be equal to x plus pi. Similarly, you can further draw the graph. Okay. So, let us take one question. See, for example, you have been given tan inverse 10 5 pi by 6. Okay. So, 5 pi by 6 lies between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. So, whenever my x lies between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2, tan inverse of 10x is equal to x minus pi, right? So, what it should be equal to? It should be equal to 5 pi by 6 minus pi, means it should be equal to minus pi by 6. This is one way using the graph. Now, how to solve this part? By reducing this angle. So, tan inverse of 10 pi minus pi by 6. Now, here I will use my quadrant rule. So, tan 180 minus theta is minus tan theta. Tan inverse 10 minus 10 pi by 6, which is equal to minus pi by 6. So, minus pi by 6 belongs to the range minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. So, this is also the way to do it. Either you can reduce your angle to the range, or what you can do, you can use the graph and so find the value of it. Okay. Now, let us see these questions. So, when I am talking about sine inverse sine pi by 3, range of sine inverse is minus pi by 2 and pi by 2, close interval, right? So my pi by 3 belongs to minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. So this implies sine inverse sine pi by 3 equals to pi by 3. So whenever my angle belongs to the range, sine inverse sine x will be equal to x. So hence it is equal to pi by 3. Now let us take cos inverse cos 7 pi by 6, right? So range of cos inverse x is close interval 0 comma pi. 7 pi by 6 does not belong to this range, right? 7 pi by 6 belongs to pi and 2 pi, right? So whenever my angle belongs to this range, my cos inverse cos x equals to 2 pi minus x, okay? So hence cos inverse of cos 7 pi by 6, this I have written from graph, right? 2 pi minus 7 pi by 6, which is equal to 5 pi by 6, right? Now my 5 pi by 6 belongs to 0 comma pi. So whenever you are solving any angle, every step you have to check whether it belongs to your range or not, okay? So now what is my alternate way of doing it? What you can write, cos inverse cos 7 pi by 6. I can reduce my angle in between 0 and pi. How I can reduce? So cos inverse cos 7 pi by 6 can be written as pi plus pi by 6. And if we use the concept of quadrant, so third quadrant my cos is negative, right? So it will become cos inverse minus cos theta. And whenever I have minus cos theta, what I write? Pi minus cos inverse of cos pi by 6, right? So it will become pi minus pi by 6 equals to 5 pi by 6. So both the ways are correct. If you can remember the graph part, you can use the direct concept, or you can reduce your angle to such an extent that it start lying in your range, okay? Now let us take these questions, okay? So now let us take first this question. Sine inverse of sine 10, right? Now range of sine inverse, what it is? Close interval minus pi by 2 and pi by 2, right? Now with 10 you cannot find out whether it lies between minus pi by 2 or pi by 2 or not. Substitute the value of pi, 3.14, right? So I am getting here minus 1.57 and here 1.57, right? My 10 does not belongs to this range, right? So now I have to reduce my 10 to such an extent start lying between minus 1.57 to 1.57. Now what I am going to do? I am going to write the multiples of 10 in terms of pi, right? So what I am going to write? 3 into 3.14. Nearest multiple of pi. So what it will become? It will become 9.42. I can also write 4 into 3.14, right? So it will become 12.56. Okay. But nearest is this part plus some theta value. Is that clear? And always remember this theta should be less than pi by 2. Means value of theta should be less than 1.57. Otherwise the quadrant will change. So now let us check how we can write. 10 is equal to 3 pi plus theta, or theta is equal to 10 minus 3 pi. Okay. Now substitute this value. Sine inverse sine, instead of 10 I can write 3 pi plus theta, right? Now check the quadrant part. Add sugar to coffee. This one circle 2 pi. 2 pi plus pi, 3 pi plus theta means third quadrant. Third quadrant my sign will be negative. Sine inverse minus sine theta, right? And and sine inverse of minus, what it becomes? It becomes minus of sine inverse sine theta, which is equal to minus theta. What is the value of theta? 10 minus 3 pi minus 10 minus 3 pi. Take minus sign inside, so 3 pi minus 10 will be the value of sine inverse of sine 10. Okay. Similarly, we are going to solve cos inverse of cos 10. Now, range of cos inverse, closed interval 0 comma pi. It means 0 comma 3.14. My 10 does not belong to 0 comma 3.14 closed interval. So, again I have to reduce my 10. So, 10 is equal to 3 into 3.14 plus theta. Just now we have done in the sine question. So, 10 is equal to 3 pi plus theta. And theta is equal to 10 minus 3 pi. Now, I am going to substitute the value of 10 in this part. So, cos inverse cos 3 pi plus theta. Right? Now, just take the quadrant part. Add sugar to coffee. First quadrant 2 pi, 3 pi plus theta means third quadrant my cos is negative. So, cos inverse cos minus cos theta. Whenever it is minus cos theta, I can write pi minus cos inverse of cos theta, right? So, pi minus theta. What is the value of theta? Pi minus 10 minus 3 pi. Pi minus 10 plus 3 pi. So, it is equal to 4 pi minus 10. So, it means cos inverse of cos 10 is equal to 4 pi minus 10. Now, again, my range for tan inverse is minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. It means minus 1.57 open interval. Minus 6 does not belong, right? Again, we will find the value for 6. 6 is what? 2 into 3.14. So, it will become 6.28. It means I have to subtract something to get 6. So, minus theta, right? So, 6 is equal to 2 pi minus theta, right? And minus 6 will be equal to minus 2 pi plus theta, correct? Okay. So, now I have tan inverse 10 minus 6. Okay. Substitute the value tan inverse. I can write here 10 minus, okay, bracket 2 pi minus 10 minus theta is minus 10 theta, tan inverse. So, minus 10 2 pi minus theta. 2 pi minus theta is fourth quadrant. Check it. 2 pi minus, this is 2 pi, right? Full. 2 pi minus theta means fourth quadrant. 10 is negative. So, again I will get tan inverse minus 10 theta. Right? Already I had 1 minus. From here again I got 1 minus. So, minus 10 theta. So, I can write tan inverse 10 theta, which is equal to theta. So, what is the value of theta from here? Find out the value of theta. It is 2 pi minus x, which is 2 pi minus 6. So, hence tan inverse of 10 minus 6 is equal to 2 pi minus 6. Okay. Now, let us see this question. So, we have to prove tan inverse under root 1 plus cos x plus under root 1 minus cos x, 1 plus cos x minus under root 1 minus cos x equals to this value when my x lies between 0 comma pi by 2. So, 1 plus cos x, as we know from the cos to theta formula that 1 plus cos x equals to 2 cos square x by 2. 1 minus cos x is equal to 2 sin square x by 2. Substitute these values. Again in the denominator the same values will substitute. Now we'll simplify. Because my angle lies between 0 comma pi by 2 and x by 2 will lie between 0 comma pi by 4. Means the value of cos x and sin x will be positive in this interval, right? So directly I can write here root 2 cos x by 2 plus root 2 sin x by 2 upon root 2 cos x by 2 minus root 2 sin x by 2. So the interval given plays a very important role. So I am left with cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Okay, so which is nothing but equal to tan inverse 1 plus tan x by 2. So what I am doing here, I am dividing numerator and denominator by cos x by 2 upon 1 minus tan x by 2. So you can write this part as tan pi by 4 plus tan x by 2 upon 1 minus tan pi by 4 tan x by 2, right, which is equal to tan inverse tan pi by 4 plus x by 2. Now pay attention here, I have to check whether this interval lies in the range of tan inverse or not. I have 0, x by 2, pi by 4, right? Now again pi by 4, x by 2 is here and pi by 4 plus x by 2 is there. So add pi by 4 both the sides. So in this my tan inverse tan x is equal to x. So it means tan inverse tan pi by 4 plus x by 2 will be equal to pi by 4 plus x by 2. Tan inverse, the same question whenever my x lies between pi and 3 pi by 2. Now check what difference we'll get. Okay, so tan inverse. So when my x lies between pi and 3 pi by 2, let me check where my x by 2 lies. Divide by 2 throughout. So my x by 2 lies between pi by 2 and 3 by 4. So in this part my sin x by 2 will be greater or equal to 0 and cos x by 2 will be less than equal to 0. So when I am taking out of the under root, what I will write? I will write here minus root 2 cos x by 2. This will be plus root 2 sin x by 2. Here what I will get? Minus root 2 cos x by 2. Already minus sign is there, so root 2 sin x by 2. Okay. So now tan inverse minus cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 upon minus cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Okay. This can be written as tan inverse cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. Okay, so I can write this as, again I will divide by cos x up and down, so I will get 1 minus tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan x by 2. With this I can get tan inverse tan pi by 4 minus x by 2, right? Now whether my tan inverse tan pi by 4 minus x by 2 will be equal to pi by 4 minus x by 2 or not, that I have to check from here. So pay attention here, I have pi by 2, x by 2, 3 by 4. Okay, multiply throughout by minus sign. So this will come this side, inequality will change. Okay, now add pi by 4. So basically what I am getting here, minus pi by 2, pi by 4 minus x by 2 and minus pi by 4. So this is within the range of my tan inverse. So it means this will be equal to pi by 4 minus x by 2. Today we learned Introduction to Properties of Inverse Trigonometry. First property says sin inverse sin theta is equal to theta, where theta belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Explanation of that property. Also graphical explanation of the first property when theta does not belong to closed interval minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Example based on the above property. That's all for the topic today. Stay tuned.